Prison may not be fun, but it sure is entertaining to watch.
Maybe they forgot. This is Alcatraz. No one forgets.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 TV shows about prison.
You gotta realize who's getting punished when you're doing the things you're doing. You think it's me, it's you.
For this list, we'll be counting down our picks for the most memorable and fascinating TV shows wherein a character is imprisoned.
Namaste.
She teaches yoga if you ever want, and she's good. She's very spiritual.
Number 10, Borage.
Could you, Adam and Eve? Go to jail.
With a name derived from the British slang for doing time, this old-school Britcom follows Norman Stanley Fletcher, a man who's been sentenced to 5 years in prison.
We therefore feel constrained to commit you to the maximum term allowed for these offenses. You will go to prison for 5 years.
While Fletcher's considered a habitual criminal, his cellmate, Lenny Godber, is pretty green when it comes to life behind bars and has to learn the ropes of the prison system.
That's what you got to tell yourself, just having a quiet night in, see?
Trouble is, I've got 698 quiet nights in to go.
As you can imagine, mixing these characters in with a series of other inmates and prison workers, including one particularly gullible guard, makes for some hilarious situations.
As long as that's clearly understood.
At the same time, the show kept an underlining current of social commentary on the prison system in Britain, helping cement its status as one of the great British sitcoms.
You're A1, I told you. When you see those flasks over there, I want you to fill one for me.
What, from here?
Number 9, Buried.
Listen, what are you in here for?
Never asked her. Don't ask anyone in here what they're in for. It's just not done.
Moving from British comedy to British drama, this prison show revolves around Lee Kingley, a man who was imprisoned for violence and a firearms offense, justified as his crimes may have been.
Why did you shoot Harvey?
The man raped my sister.
While he's in prison, Kingley deals with issues such as prison corruption, bullying, and inmate violence. Unfortunately for his moral character, Kingley must learn to get to the top of the prison chain in order to survive.
Mind your tone.
You're a lightweight. Troy's an arsehole, but there's no way he would hang out with you at Strangeways.
Okay, way beyond your league.
Do you know what? I might just give him a call. But I know what he'll say. Who?
The show was well received for its realistic portrayal of prison life and even won the award for the best drama series at the BAFTAs, most likely due to its attention to character development and its accurate depiction of the claustrophobia of life inside a prison.
You're doing something, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't do it. I don't care what you think about that. I'm innocent.
What the f they care, though?
Number 8, Breakout Kings.
Software expires in 5 seconds. Who's in?
From the minds of Nick Santora and Matt Olmstead, the two men behind the successful Prison Break, more on that later, comes this drama, which sees U.S. Marshals create a task force to capture escaped prison inmates.
You were 4 of the toughest runners I ever caught. And necessity being the mother of all evil.
Invention?
Whatever. We decided to use fugitives to help catch a fugitive.
To do so, the marshals work with inmates, and in exchange, the inmates get time off their sentences.
Feels simple. You agree to do this, you'll be permanently transferred to Maybell Minimum Security Prison, much nicer than your current accommodations. We catch Tillman. You get time shaved off your bits.
Conversely, if the inmates try to escape, they'll receive double their original sentence. Sounds fair enough. But even with these extreme consequences, authority figures working alongside criminals causes the expected problems.
Guys might know I'm working with cops. Chafe, this guy bailed out on the breakout. He knows something.
Do you hear me, Paisan? I'm Cinderella and it's 11:59. You gotta come get me out of here. Now.
Thanks to mixed reviews, Breakout Kings only lasted 2 seasons. But in that time, it was successful at creating tension as viewers watched the team attempt to capture the inmates.
We're not going to wait for her conscience to kick in, huh? Sit down and get to work.
Yeah, okay.
Number 7, Bad Girls.
Take a good look at us. Don't it look familiar?
Long before a certain Netflix drama did the same, this British series depicted the life of a women's prison.
Get off me, you moron!
Because of its broad topic, the show was able to incorporate a huge ensemble cast that included a whole host of inmates throughout its 8-series run, including such ladies as Yvonne Atkins, who was sentenced for conspiracy to commit murder, and Shel Donkley, who was imprisoned for life for murder.
Do as I say, and I might just be all right with you. Disobey,
Mixing together more amusing storylines with some seriously dark fare like drugs and abuse, Bad Girls was critically acclaimed and a hit in the ratings thanks to its gritty, gripping content and performances.
What have I done? Is it something that you're not telling us? She's my bleeding mother!
Number 6. The Prisoner.
Now leaving northern perimeter, number 6. Repeat, number 6.
A series that blends spy stuff with sci-fi, surrealism, symbolism, and psychological intrigue. The Prisoner tracks a secret agent who's been abducted and brought to a lovely resort town.
Quite a beautiful place, really, isn't it? Almost like a world on its own.
I shall miss it when I'm gone.
Oh, it will grow on you.
Sounds all right by us, but there is, of course, a catch. His captors are a little too intrigued with him and why he recently left his spy job.
A lot of people are curious about what lies behind your resignation. You had a brilliant career. Your record is impeccable. They want to know why you suddenly left.
It might not take place in a literal prison with barred-in cells, but as the agent, played by series co-creator Patrick McGoohan, soon discovers, there's no escape and no one will give him any information.
What happened to you? What are they doing? Keep asking me questions. They want to know all about me. I told them.
Though it only lasted 17 episodes, The Prisoner's unusual setting and psychological themes of the individual versus the collective had a lasting impact on numerous future shows.
I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, dated, or numbered.
Number 5. Prisoner.
What did you do? I made a mistake.
While some of the series on this list may sound like soap operas, this is the only drama series we've chosen that actually calls itself a soap. Another drama set inside a women's correctional facility, Prisoner is typical in that it follows various inmates that committed various crimes as they deal with life on the inside.
Now go over to that cubicle and strip off.
Why should I strip?
Do as you're told and don't ask questions.
But the day-to-day at Wentworth Detention Center, as well as its lively characters, helped this show stand out.
Leave me alone! Don't touch me! Oh, it's only the parole board door!
Notable standouts include Karen Travers and Lynn Warner, two convicted criminals who we see begin their journeys in maximum security.
Your name?
Lynn Warner.
Speak up.
Lynn Warner.
Covering a number of themes such as feminism, homosexuality, and social reform, Prisoner was a cultural phenomenon in its time.
Well, what do you reckon? What can I do? You're gonna have to organize an abortion for me.
Number 4. Wentworth.
What's your name?
B. B. Smith.
The series phenomenon that was Prisoner did not end with its 1986 finale. Wentworth revived audiences' interest in the series by reimagining the stories for modern audiences.
Oh, you'll get to go home one day, leave here, go home to your family. What sort of woman will you be?
Now set in present-day Australia, the show this time focuses on B. Smith, as she adjusts to life in Wentworth after being charged with the attempted murder of her husband.
You okay today? You know, a lot of women find it overwhelming on their first night.
While awaiting her trial, Smith must deal with being away from her daughter and with the new inmates that she's meeting.
I'm Frankie. Nice to meet you. Kim. Red Kim. Hello again.
Drawing comparisons to shows like Breaking Bad, Wentworth was an even bigger hit than the show on which it was based, receiving high ratings in Australia thanks to its gritty, realistic portrayal of prison life. Number 3. Prison Break.
You've seen the blueprints.
Better than that. I've got him on me.
Lincoln Burrows has been sentenced to die for the murder of the brother of the Vice President of the United States. Lincoln's own brother, Michael Schofield, is an engineer who's desperate to find a way to bust him out.
Why do you want to see Burrows so bad anyhow?
Because he's my brother.
The plan? Michael gets himself arrested so he and Lincoln can break out together.
As for the term of your sentence, I'm setting it at 5 years. You'll be eligible for parole in half that time. Sentence to be carried out immediately.
Of course, along the way, they also discovered that the whole thing was part of a much bigger political conspiracy that we have no time to explain here. as you may have guessed based on the show's title, the brothers, along with the rest of the Fox River 8, succeed in their plan.
What do we do now? We run.
But that's just the beginning, and that story was a breakout hit for Fox that lasted 4 suspenseful seasons.
I'm breaking out. And you're gonna make sure my brother goes with me.
Number 2, Orange is the New Black.
You have to remember that. It's all temporary.
It's all temporary.
Based on a memoir by Piper Kerman as her own time as an inmate, Orange is the New Black is a comedy drama set in, surprise surprise, a women's prison. It centers on Piper Chapman, a wealthy, somewhat spoiled woman imprisoned for drug trafficking, a crime she committed 10 years previously.
I carried a suitcase of money, drug money, once, 10 years ago.
What's the statute of limitations on that?
12 years.
But it quickly becomes evident that Orange is the New Black is an ensemble piece that explores the life of other inmates of various backgrounds.
Yo, P, heads up, you got a visitor. Hello, baby.
With breakout characters and a shockingly excellent blend of both the light and dark sides of prison, OITNB became one of the biggest early successes when it came to Netflix original programming, in large part due to its portrayals of race, gender, and sexuality.
Listen, Doc, I need my dosage. I've given 5 years, $80,000 in my freedom for this. I'm finally who I'm supposed to be. Do you understand? I can't go back.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
If the police are closing in, just means we have to get craftier. Change your SIM card.
I can't do this, Paul. What have you got me into?
Whoa, bitch is nuts.
I don't disagree. But get used to it. This is life, boys.
You're not going to treat me like Martha Kyle. Turn out your pockets.
Number 1, Oz.
You're gonna die.
Not today.
One of the first series to really show us what a premium channel like HBO could do in terms of visceral drama, Oz follows inmates as they try to survive on the inside of an experimental prison section of the Oswald State Correctional Facility, aka Oz. Some try to obtain power through drug trades, gambling, and other various schemes. Others just want to wait out their sentence.
I'm gonna brand you myself.
Livestock gets branded.
Livestock. That's what you are. My livestock.
Oz took full advantage of its spot on premium cable to present things other prison shows just couldn't, which means that the graphic portrayals of rape and violence might be too much for some viewers to handle. But those who are able to bear those moments were rewarded with stellar acting in this gritty and at times horrific prison series.
Save that little prick.
It's a difference. He's scheduled to die tomorrow anyway.
Now, the law says that he has to be aware that he's being executed. He has to know why he's being executed. He has to be alive. So save him. Save his goddamn ass.
Do you agree with our list?
I guess so.
What prison show is your favorite?
You know, I've been here for 22 years, and I still can't figure out how the system works.
For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You lose an eye, get kicked in the balls, get a face full of shit, you become a different man.